Hey guys, I'm Stephanie Wade. How y'all doing today? I'm in my backyard garden in Galveston, Texas, USA. I hope no matter where you are in the world, you're having a wonderful and blessed day. I'm enjoying the breezes outside this afternoon. I wish it was like this in the house. I think sometimes when people design houses, they don't really design them to catch the breezes. Maybe back in the day, they actually designed the house for people to be outside of the house more than inside of the house. I remember growing up, we did stay outside a lot. Had a basketball goal on the garage, so I would practice shooting the baskets. We'll play marbles outside in the front yard, or we'll play jacks on the front porch, or board games, or kickball. How about you? Did y'all spend more of your leisure time back in the day outside than inside? Now I think we are stuck on social media inside of metaverses and all of that. Or we're caught on movie series or whatever. I even get involved a lot in just analyzing different videos. It is interesting to me sometimes, y'all. I even notice why I don't think something is interesting. To try to make my mind better. Y'all let me know what y'all think will make it better for you to hear. I'm sure sometimes it's just the subject matter, but somehow I can't get people to let me know what subject they want to hear. It's like dating somebody and say, what you want to do, and they go, whatever you want to do. Where do you want to go? Wherever you want to go. I tell you, that's how it is sometimes when you're trying to do a video for people. But anyway, y'all, hold on. Well, guys, was an ambulance passing by. I couldn't see it, but I sure enough could hear it. So I had to just stop for a minute. But anyways, I just got done watching the video, and it was talking about how to be a better customer. Because I was researching that, y'all. Because lately I've been seeing videos and people seem to want to make themselves always on the defensive when they come to being a customer. I pride myself in being a good customer when I go somewhere, but I know some people could care less about being a good customer. More like complain about the customer service, even though they know that the wait staff may not be treated properly or paid properly. And so I just wanted to hear what somebody had to say. I did agree with him on the first cardinal rule on being a good customer, and it was just strictly following the golden rule. Treat people like you want to be treated. Just with humanity, keep your humanity. So that means when you go somewhere that you don't have to talk down to people or cuss folks out because you think they're not moving fast enough for you. and not caring if they make below minimum wage for the month. You just know they should just, if they took the job, they need to treat you like you the Queen of Sheba or the King of Siam or something, without giving anybody tips. Even though if you were somewhere where you thought that people would think you have high status for tipping, you would tip in a heartbeat, because you would want people to say, oh yeah, he's a good tipper, she's a good tipper, instead of saying those people don't tip. That you wouldn't want to be on the list of those people that don't tip. It always seems like a certain part of the country that more than one group of people say, don't tip there. Like the motherland, they'll write books and say, travel books and say, don't tip in Africa. Or they'll have YouTubers that say, don't tip in Africa. Or TikTokers or whatever, Instagrammers or whatever, tell you don't tip in Africa. It's like, why is it a certain geographic location that you have to think that it's not necessary or welcome for you to tip somebody? I know myself, I'm money motivated. If somebody tip me, I'm more than happy to take care of them even faster the next time, with a big smile on my face. And yes, I will remember your name. It's a motivator, y'all, when you're working hard in a place that you lucky even if they pay you at the end of the month, instead of saying, oh, we ain't make enough money this month, so we can't pay you. Yeah, guys, I've traveled to places that they actually tell their employees that, so they would have worked the whole month and don't get paid because they didn't make enough money for that month. I think it's a matter of location, location, location. So if you're going to be in a big shopping strip and a part of town where lots of visitors come, you have to figure out a way to get those customers inside of your store and buying stuff for the right price, even if that means marking the products where even if people ask you for a discount, you'll be still making a profit. Because I tell y'all, it seems like people get a kick out of seeing how low can you go, as they say. Folks don't recognize the cost of doing business, apparently. According to what I've been listening to lately, they don't understand that you have a cost of doing business. Some people don't compare apples to oranges. They may not think well of we'll just say, a designer store in the mall. They may compare it to a resale shop. And we all know in a resale shop, y'all, some of the merchandise is donated and some of the merchandise is bought in big bulk, like a half-price bookstore, where they just get a whole big giant box of books and they may pay you by the pound or something. and subtract for maybe marks in the books or something, or their condition. I don't know how it works, y'all, but I know they don't pay very much for the stuff. But you know, they have to leave it on the shelves, so they have stock, inventory, and people have to actually purchase something. You have to pay your employees, you have to pay for your utilities. It's always a cost to doing business, y'all. So it's unfair of us as good customers to compare apples to oranges when we're shopping. And then I heard lately lots of people talking about they're not charging me the local price. Let's be real. The stuff that you buy as a tourist is not even on the list of what somebody called a local will buy, like me. I'm not going to the store to look for any t-shirts with Galveston on it, or purses or backpacks or anything else. I live in Galveston, y'all. It's unnecessary for me to go around with stuff that say Galveston on it, you know? And I am a BOI, born on an island, or local. So no, the stuff that a tourist will buy is something I'm not even interested in. The tourists go to the restaurant and eat at the fancy restaurants. Y'all, some of the fancy restaurants I haven't stepped foot in, because I can go to the waterfront, I can buy my fish, I can buy my shrimp fresh off the boat. I like to season my food a certain kind of way. So no, they not gonna get the so-called local prices, because other people is preparing the food for them. And you gotta pay the employees to cook the food, serve the food, clean up the place. It's a lots of overhead, y'all, that goes along with that pricing. So I wouldn't think somebody is ripping me off if I went to a fancy restaurant, because nobody made me go to that fancy restaurant. If I was meeting somebody out to eat that was from out of town and they was staying at a hotel, I would know I am not getting any local rate because I live in Galveston. The price on the menu is what I will pay. And we'll just have to decide if it's the restaurant that I could afford to meet them at. That's just the way it is, y'all. And we blessed or cursed in this country to have credit cards, just in case we want to splurge for that one day that we're meeting our out-of-town guests while we're here being locals in our hometown. But we just have to think about, when we travel abroad, are we being good citizens of the world? Not to even talk of just being a good customer. I want somebody to be happy when they see me come back to their establishment, whether it's somewhere where I'm buying my plants or I'm buying my fruits and vegetables. I don't want somebody to say, oh no, here she comes again. She's so much trouble. And I don't make any money when she comes because she think I owe her something, because I call her sister. That ain't the way it go, y'all. You should want your sister or your brother to make some money when they selling something, and not go out of business because we always wanted the homeboy rate or the homegirl rate. That's just not how it go, y'all. It's all about business. That's it. Doing business. Negotiating a good price is good when you're in an open market and prices are like that. But when you're in restaurants, they have fixed prices most places where you're traveling. The cost is the cost, and you decide if you want to go there and buy something or just look at the menu and get up and leave. It's always up to you. You have the power to control where you spend your money, and you have the power to control where you buying. If you want to buy something like I wear, yeah, most of the time my stuff is one of a kind. I like to get it made. I buy the fabric, and after I buy the fabric, I decide what design I want. And then I go to a tailor and let them make it for me. I tell them what I want. And I am blessed with knowing how to sew. So even if they don't make it exactly like I want it, I can do a little tweaking at home to make it just like I want it. Because sometimes you go to places and they're so economical, you'll just say, that's fine. Because it would cost you more money to go back to the shop and get them to fix something than not. My advice when you're traveling, before you leave your tailor, try it on, and if they have to repair something, they can do it right there while you're there. And that will eliminate all of that problem. That's what I've been doing lately. When I got this dress, I didn't do it that time. And it was made actually to be worn on top of something, even though I didn't want my booba to be designed to be worn on top of something, because I like the way it feels when the air flows through it. So I know I don't want nothing under it, because it'll just make it even hotter. So no, I never wanted it to be used as just a first layer of clothes, like I'm somewhere where it gets cold or something, and I just want it for layers. But anyway, that's what I do when I travel. I decide my budget, and if I'm gonna go to anywhere, most times I just go and look, like resale shops. I really don't shop them. If I do, it'll be for something like household utensil stuff, or household furniture design, or just say a bookshelf or something like that. I'd get that if it was a reasonable price. I'll admit that. But otherwise, I'd go somewhere where I'm just gonna mostly buy my fabric that catch my eye, that say buy me, go to my tailor that I actually like the way they make my clothes, because they listen to what I tell them I want, and then they make it for me. That's what I do. Hold on. Anyway, y'all, when we travel and become good customers, good citizens, we can make more friends when we go somewhere. You never know when you need somebody to have your back, y'all. And that person will say, this is a nice lady, leave her. This is my customer, keep walking. Or you own everything here, just tell me the price that you want. Come back, get another tree. It's gonna be free when you come back. Pick a free tree now. And y'all, I'm not making that up. I do get free stuff when I go places. They may give me a free grapefruit for being a good customer. Free lettuce. And that's after giving me a good price, y'all. I figure it out in my head. And I know the average prices now when I travel, at least to the Gambia. And I tell people what I want. If I only want $50 worth of bananas, that's what I say I want. And I round it up to just say double. So if it's $50, that's like $1. And you know how many bananas you get here for $1. Because one banana may be so much. You just never know. But y'all, I think you will enjoy traveling when you go and you make sure that you're not making the salespeople the enemy and think like you're the victim all the time, that they trying to take advantage of you. Just know, learn the art of negotiation. Think of things as it's just money. And if it matters that much to you, have a budget with how much you want to spend. And then don't go over your budget. You know what your budget is. Sometimes we spend more when we stay longer in a place. I don't know why, I don't know if it's whatever. But anyway, only we know how much we want to spend when we go somewhere, y'all. But me, I know how long I'm going to go somewhere because I know what my budget is. And I stick to my budget for the most part. I do tip when I go somewhere. I just have to figure out what the tip means to other people. Because to me, no matter what I tip, even if it seems small to me, it seems like it get a good response from people. So I know to the person that it actually meant something. So I don't know, y'all. I'm still learning it. I'm a work in progress for that. But just remember, if you treat people like you want to be treated, you can't help but be a good customer. And in return, 9 times out of 10, you'll have a pleasant experience with the customer service. Do not expect to go to tourist areas and get resale prices, because those people have to pay for their what? Location. And if you're in the mall, the only way you get a discount is if the person that owns the store is already going to start a sale the next day anyway, or you buy enough stuff that they'll give you something like free earrings or something because you're a good customer. But anyway, y'all, everything is a work in progress, building relationships, whether you're learning to be a good customer or you learning to give good customer service. All I can say is I enjoy my travels abroad, whether I'm in Gambia, Tanzania, Nigeria, Cameroon, everywhere I've gone, y'all, Haiti. I've had pleasant experience interacting with the people there. I never feel disrespected or taken advantage of. And I hope to the Most High that I haven't talked down to people or hurt their feelings on purpose. It's always about the intent, y'all. Always about the intent. I only had to go to bat one time last year when somebody disrespected a waitress in front of me. It just didn't make no sense, y'all, for what they did and what they said. I just had to let them know that that was not okay. And it wasn't. But anyways, y'all, we're all just human beings in this beautiful world. Even spiritual beings having human experience. And it'll be more pleasant if we just learn to treat people like we want to be treated. I cannot make anybody do anything, but on this video, I'm just letting you know that's how you make positive relationships when you travel, by treating people like you want to be treated. Try your best not to travel broke or with a broke mentality. Because to me, a broke mentality is thinking that everybody owes you reparations for something, even if just for breathing air. Seem like some people just want free stuff wherever they go, no matter what. And they always feel like they don't have anything when they have so much more than the people that they're surrounding themselves by. Y'all, I just can't deal with that kind of stuff. I save my money so when I travel, I will have my money to spend. My project at the Food Forest, I make sure that it's funded every week. The show must go on, even if I have to stay in the motherland less so it can keep going. Due to funding issues. And that's okay, because the most important thing is for the project to continue. Here, things go on. I visualize change here as well. But sometimes things take planning, whether it's here, where I am in the USA, or abroad in the motherland. Because sometimes you just can't put all your eggs in one basket, because the world don't work that way, y'all. So anyway, that's all I had to say. If you're doing any videos when you travel, try to be kind, because guess what? The same people that you talked about, when you go back, they may be the ones who have to have your back. Just think before you say unkind things, because sometimes people don't even think about what they say as being unkind or unfair. Like I say, some people always want to think that people got to give them something or give them something for almost nothing. But you have to realize that it's a cost to doing business. And remember, business is business. And personal is personal. And people that drive taxis, people that sell you things, people that serve you, they all have to get paid. Money makes the world go round, y'all. It does. So, that's all I gotta say. We got just have to just understand apples to apples and oranges to oranges, and realize what we're calling local prices is not local prices. If it's something that a local does not want, does not need, and probably cannot afford in the first place. It's just a matter of thinking before we speak sometimes on how fair that we actually come across. Otherwise, people will think of us as unkind people and unfair people. And we don't want to do that when we travel. It's about building positive relationships wherever we go, so they'll want us to come back. And I guess I better go before I get drowned out by another neighbor. Peace, peace, power to the people. And I'm out, y'all. Bye.